And good evening. Happy Friday the 13th. We are back with Friday Night Fate and the Dresden File RPG. I am your DM for the evening, Adam. I use he, him pronouns, and I will let my amazing players introduce themselves. Starting with, and we will start with, where'd it go? There we go. We'll start with Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing again, hopefully not for the last time, Anderson Wells, who also uses he, him pronouns and is our resident wizard dad, and is totally not freaking out about everything about to happen.
Excellent. And we will move to Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I use she, they pronouns. I am playing Kasara DeWitt, our resident trash fire white court therapist vampire who uses she, her pronouns, and none of us are really ready for this. I think that's all I got.
Perfect. Continuing on this train of introductions, we move to Nick.
Hello, I am Nick. I use he, him pronouns and play Percy Hamilton, who also uses he, him pronouns. He speaks to ghosts and opens very safe passages into the way.
Yes, he does. What could possibly go wrong? Continuing on, we come to Selena.
Hi, I'm Selena. I play Nikki, our disaster werewolf, who like, we're fine. I do not believe that we will die today. Nikki uses she, her pronouns, and I also use she, her pronouns. And I'm just gonna be stuttering all the time. It's fine. We're cool. Sure.
Perfect. Continuing on, we have CJ.
Hi, everybody. Let me unmute my microphone. I'm CJ Owner. I play Cole Trickle. We both use he, him pronouns. And we're fine here. Everything's fine. How are you? Boring conversation anyway. Luke, we're going to have company.
Yes, maybe indeed. And last but certainly not least, our resident tech wizard, Danielle.
Hi everybody, I'm Danielle and I will be playing Harmony Ward, also a wizard. We both use she, her pronouns, and I am extremely nervous based on all of the foreshadowing that has occurred and comments made pre-stream.
I feel like I don't know what anyone's talking about and I'm being slandered very justifiably and accurately. Therefore, it's not slander. It's true. It's all true. Anywho, last time, which was a while ago now, on the Dresden Files, y'all stopped a war. You managed to convince Fix and Mab that the war was orchestrated. It was not any side's fault. They were being duped, which may or may not have been, good news. Who knows? But they stood down. The weather calmed, and we were able to return to Portland without a knockdown, drag-out fight between the Fae, which, is probably good for Portland. In the midst of all that, Percy, trying to redeem himself finally, allowed Harmony to soul gaze him, and they saw to each other's souls, which definitely was interesting. Nikki's still trying real hard to find a phoenix and running around looking for clues, contacting family members and calling in markers. Cole is almost ready with his car. Harmony had a date with Niccolo. Kasara filled up her hunger track and had to unfill her hunger track, so she did that. And Andy made bracelets to enter his wards, trusting the whole crew with his life, which was a pretty big deal. Afterwards, the gang kind of teamed up with Nikki, who was hot on the trail of Phoenix, pun intended, to figure out where this Phoenix might be, because she was getting some vibes, aka foreshadowing from the DM, that things were not going well with the Phoenix, and that maybe finding the Phoenix is kind of important. And so they were navigating to Evergreen Cemetery, one of the largest cemeteries in the Portland area, where apparently a man by the name of John Calvin Stevens was buried, who is supposedly this Phoenix that Nikki is looking for. Wandering around the cemetery for a while and checking out a ancillary chapel, eventually Percy, as discussed in the beginning opening introductions, found a way directly over the grave of one John Calvin Stevens. And like any good adventuring squad, y'all jumped in the thing without much questions asked. Which I continually applaud my players for just doing the thing. So, where we begin tonight is in the same order that we introduced ourselves. Andy, please describe for me a cherished childhood memory that Andy holds.
Well, that's not a leading question at all. Cherished childhood memory of Andy's.
Well, when dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Hey, listen. So one of his was probably like going to the fair with his parents, like the old like carnival, big Ferris wheel, and
And so, what was your favorite part of going to the fair? What was Andy's, like, the thing you looked forward to the most?
probably kind of like the spectacle. There's all the bright colors and lights and people in costume. I think the biggest thing for him was probably like the Ferris wheel, because there was all of it kind of combined in one thing. There was the brightly colored horses and stuff, and lights swirling around, and people laughing, and
So, who did you ride the Ferris wheel with? Your mom, your dad, both?
usually mom.
Mom. Okay. So, Andy, you find yourself on that Ferris wheel with your mom, but as you, not as a child. And the Ferris wheel's going up, and it's just you and your mom. There's no one else around. It's actually really eerily quiet, but there's still that very lull tone of the carnival music and the fair music that exists, but it's like it's coming through a water. You can barely hear it. And you're just kind of enjoying the view, and maybe even like, what is happening? You're looking around, your mom is just kind of looking around, as she probably did when you rode the Ferris wheel when you were a child.
Sure.
And suddenly, as if on cue, or as if on like the fourth wall starts to shift, she turns to you and she says, as a man of power, why not just take what you want? Helping all of these lesser beings has to be very taxing. Wouldn't it be simpler to just do as you wished? You are above all of these mundane cares. You will outlive everyone here. Why not give in? Indulge. Live a little. Live for yourself. How do you respond?
Shock at first.
And if you need time to think about the answer, we can move on.
No, I know. I made the mistake of looking at what someone said in chat.
Fair enough.
You and Dad taught me that this power is used in the service of others. That in the White Council, the laws of magic, I couldn't. It would disgrace everything you taught me to be.
I'm not saying you should break the laws of magic, Anderson, but why throw yourself to the hazard? You could live a quiet life, be a writer. You are risking your life for strangers.
You've been gone a long time. They're my family now. Someone has to look out for them. They're a disaster. I've got to do what I can to keep them safe.
And what if you can't keep them safe?
Then I get as close as I can. I die trying.
And you see that the image of your mother was about to lean forward and ask you a question, and you say, "And I will die trying." She leans back. She bows her head. Kasara, could you please describe for me a cherished memory from your childhood?
Like, were we talking like real childhood or teenagers counts? I figured out two.
The happiest memory that Kasara has from her past.
Okay, the happiest memory was definitely before she. So this is probably around when she's about 15, and this is before she knows what she is. This is actually when she's been dating her girlfriend at the time, Chloe, for about 6 months, and she takes her home to meet her mom. And it's this nervous, happy, they get along so well, and it's just really cute and wholesome, and it's a fun little family dinner with more than just her mom for once. And it's the people that she really loves, and so that became probably her happiest moment. You know,
Okay,
later goes to hell.
And you're sitting at the table, and you, Chloe, your mom are joking. Maybe Chloe says a funny story, and you're all laughing.
Yeah.
And the laughter dies away, but not in like a natural dying way. It's like your mom is still in the process of laughing, but you can't hear it anymore. And Chloe turns to you and says, "Your life and your mother's lives has been ruined by your father. What would your life be without that ever-present thing that spawned you? Wouldn't it be great if you could just get rid of him? I mean, freedom is really within your grasp. All you have to do is abandon this food. They're not your friends."
They are, though. Getting rid of my father wouldn't change who I am. It wouldn't change what's happened to me. Getting rid of him might just invite more people to come after me. And they keep me from doing things I might regret.
But wouldn't that give you more power? Wouldn't you be able to do whatever you wanted?
I mean, I kind of already can.
So why not do a little bit more?
But there's nothing to be gained from it.
Freedom's pretty important, I think.
There's nothing. I mean, well, there might be something hunting me right now. There's nothing. I'm free. There's nothing that's chaining me.
Are you, though? If you go swimming, will you not sink with these people around you?
They're not weights. They'll help me float.
And what if they do drag you down into trouble? What then?
We'll get out of it.
What if you can't all get out of it?
Well, I'll get out whoever I can.
And what if you can't get out?
Everybody has an end at some point. I'm not immortal.
Yet. Percy,
Yes, hi, hello.
what is Percy's happiest memory? I think I know what Percy's happiest memory might be from his younger years, but what is Percy's happiest memory?
Well, you're saying childhood, yes?
Past.
I'm gonna actually go back to childhood.
Okay.
There's a moment his father is out of town, and it's his birthday, and his older sister has taken him to an aquarium, and he's like walking around and looking at the fish, but mostly listening to her, and she's very smart and talking about all of these aquatic things, fish and different plant life and stuff from the ocean.
And as this is going on, and you're pointing out the various types of fish that you're seeing, and the difference between this fin and that fin, and your sister stops talking and then looks at you and it's like, so what is it like to be the third wheel in your own relationship? Your husband was the one that should have kept going, and he didn't for some reason. Do you think that has something to do with you, or why is he still around? What's going on?
He was around for the same reason you stayed around as long as you did, to keep me in line.
Is that it? Just to keep you in line? Seems kind of a waste. I mean, not that you're not a good person, but just to keep you in line?
Seems lately I've been more than being in line, though. We stopped a war. Who could have thought that 10 years ago?
So maybe it is you all along. Maybe it wasn't any of us. Maybe it's just you.
Everyone's the main character of their own story.
Are you sure, though?
If not, I'll just be the best side character I could be.
But what if, these people are leading you to your doom?
They're not leading me. I'm walking with them. We stepped side by side.
Heroic. I didn't think you had it in you.
Neither did I.
I hope it doesn't get you killed.
Weird. A few years ago, I would have disagreed with you. But now, with what I've gained, yeah, me too.
Cole.
Same question.
Same question.
Fair. Happiest moment?
Mm-hmm.
Probably there's in a kind of a trailer, and outside of the Daytona Speedway. Probably a time when his father and Cole are working on the very car that he's driving, and that his mom is probably somewhere in the trailer before she disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And and just kind of listening to the radio, listening to the race. You could probably hear it on the track and hear it on the radio, replacing a distributor cap or doing something in the engine. Dad working on it, Cole handing him tools, or vice versa. Or dad handing Cole tools and pointing and telling him what to do, so teaching him how to build and fix stuff. But basically two cans next to the toolbox. One's a beer and one's a Coke.
Sure. So as your dad's under the hood and tightening something, or using using basically whatever you guys are fixing, and you're listening to the radio, and the announcer is like, "Oh, I'm coming around the town." And it kind of like fades out, like all of the other. The radio doesn't turn off, but the sound stops transmitting. And sitting on the hood of the car is a rabbit-like creature. Rabbit-like creature that you might be very familiar with now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And it just looks at you and says, "Fraud, coward, thief." I mean, have you ever really said a true word in, I don't know, your life?
Yeah, couple here and there.
I mean, you're getting awfully close to making a choice, Cole. You should probably just get ready to run. It's what you're best at.
Yeah. Well, it's one of many things I'm best at. Boasting, too. Don't forget that.
So do you think you can run far enough away this time?
Sometimes if you've got backup, you don't have to run very far.
But do you really believe that?
Sure. Sometimes if you've got good enough backup, you don't got to run at all.
You're telling me you're not going to run?
I think everyone expects me to. So this would be a great time to not.
I wonder if that's really true. I wonder if you're going to run when your friends need you the most.
Well, making people wonder what's really true is also something I'm good at.
Ain't that the truth?
I think I may have fun surprising everyone, friends included.
Well, I guess as long as it's fun. But what happens when it's not fun anymore? What happens if it's you or them?
I don't really think it's me or them. I think it's us. I think we'll be fine.
I guess we'll see.
Surprise.
Harmony. Same question.
Same question. So Harmonies, I'm gonna go in for some festive holiday spirit. Harmonies is a Christmas. A long time ago when she was little, and it's the Christmas. It wouldn't actually be a Raspberry Pi because those came out fairly recently, but something akin to that, like a little baby's first computer sort of thing that her parents got for her when she initially, her adoptive parents got for her back before she knew she was adopted, and it was their way of showing support for her interests, and it's just one of those very pure, wholesome childhood moments. The Christmas you get the thing that you exactly want, soft warm light, wrapping paper on the floor.
So is Harmony alone just playing with the circuit board / computer by herself, or
she's probably alone in the living room playing with it, and her parents are off in the kitchen or something. This would be early Christmas morning.
Sure. And so you're there just like all the other visions. You're there as you, adult Harmony, you're sitting at the computer, and your younger self is on the other side of this thing and is looking at you and is like, "Aren't you tired of being so afraid?"
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have so much power, but I don't know how well trained you are. I mean, then you have all these rules and regulations you got to follow. That seems exhausting.
It's not exhausting. They're there for a reason. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I mean, think about what you could do if you could just do what you wanted to do. If you were just free.
I don't see any chains.
Really?
Really?
Wouldn't you rather be programming again?
I'd love to program again, but that's not something I can change. It's not possible.
How do you know?
because it's not. I can't get anywhere near a computer without breaking it. Sometimes we have to just accept that things are the way they are.
But you're a wizard, Harmony. You can make things the way they're supposed to be.
My power is not without limits.
And who told you that? The White Council?
Maybe, but they have their moments of correctness, and that's one of them. There are things I can't do, and I've had to accept that.
That seems awfully limiting. That seems awfully unlike you.
It's not limiting. Well, I mean, a little. But part of the challenge is finding ways to transcend those limitations.
Exactly. And the younger version of yourself like kind of blinks and you blink with her. And instead of the computer at your lap, it's the tablet. Exactly. Transcend.
I mean, I point down at the tablet. Do you have a point to make here?
You're the only one that knows what that does. And there is a thing out there who is, maybe vaguely hot, but is also interested in this thing. You have power, Harmony. You have so much power.
Yeah, and power has to be used responsibly.
Yeah, says Spider-Man. What
Well,
does he know?
Spider-Man did a lot of good things.
I guess. Superman does more.
Sure.
Maybe you could be Superman. Or Superwoman, I guess.
I don't want to be Superwoman if it's going to end poorly.
Protect yourself. You'll be fine.
But there are other people who are worth protecting too.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Even if you lose everything?
I've already lost everything once. It's not going to hurt me to do it again. I'll survive.
What if you don't?
If I don't, then I don't. I'm okay
Interesting.
with that.
And the small child stands up and says, very interesting. And now all of you are in the same space. It's a small cavern-like, it looks more worked stone rather than just like a hole in the ground. It looks like someone has been living here for a very, very, very long time. And you see this vaguely translucent outlined bipedal-like thing. It doesn't look to have an actual defined image. And it just all looks at you and it says, very interesting. Why are you here?
I look at Selena. At Nikki and says, I think this is...
We're looking for Mr. John Calvin Stevens.
Huh. Why?
Because if he is not where he is supposed to be, a lot of people will get hurt.
Okay.
Do you know where he is?
Nope. Hasn't happened yet. I can't know it.
What hasn't happened yet?
Wherever he is, hasn't happened yet.
May we ask who you are?
They'll tell you. I don't actually have a name.
Please don't say the doctor. Please don't say the doctor. Please don't say the doctor.
Who's they?
The thing points at Harmony and Andy.
Do I know what this is?
I was gonna say.
You guys can make a lore roll.
Okay. We will try
Cool.
the lore roll. That's
4.
4 for me as well.
4's all around.
4's around.
Four is all around.
Fours all around.
Well, luckily for y'all, you have interacted with Al before. You get the sense that this is something like Al, but not. That this is essentially a spirit of something. Al's was a ghost and a spirit of intellect that merged. This is a spirit of something. With that lore roll, you're not really sure what the spirit is of, but you could hedge your bets and say something, maybe the past or memory or something along those lines, since both of your experiences were not shared, so you don't know what happened, but both of you independently experienced a visceral memory from your past, and so you could put 2 and 2 together that this is some kind of memory spirit.
Right, there's not really it's not necessarily a name, but, well, you know what Al is like.
Okay.
Andy sort of gestures.
Huh. Okay.
But
Well,
for,
nice to meet you.
I guess we'll see. It's too early to tell.
Why did you bring us here?
I didn't bring you here. You came in the front door.
why is your
I
front door
technically brought
over
us here.
over his grave?
Why is your house built where your house is built?
Well, I don't build my house over people's graves.
Well, who says it's a grave?
It's in a graveyard.
Where are we?
This one asks smart questions. Come on. And the thing turns and just starts walking back deeper into this thing, wherever you are.
Castor starts following.
Yep.
She's
Yep, why not?
We're going.
We're already in it. Let's keep going.
When you're in the
So-
shit, double down.
You guys keep going, and it's not really an incline or a decline. It's just kind of a straight corridor. It still looks roughly building stone-esque, almost like old castle/cellar, maybe even cathedral-esque kind of stone. And eventually you come out into a vaulted room that seems to be just awash in firelight. There are candles and a fireplace going, and it's just very brightly lit with the warm glow of fire. Not that like anything is on fire except for the fire, the candles in the fireplace or anything like that. And you see, strewn about the walls, covering virtually every corner of this space, are photographs. Some of them are old-timey photographs from when photographs were invented. Some of them are more recent photographs. Some of them are actually paintings and portraits and not photographs. And it's just wall-to-wall portraits of people. And
Any people familiar?
nothing that pops out.
What was the text on the gravestone about churches and candles and lights? Did we write that down?
Yeah, I have it written down.
Some maternal warmth.
May all who enter the kingdom of heaven feel the warmth of his ever-burning flame.
Mhm.
Okay.
And the spirit walks to the center of the room, and there is only one chair, and it's like a swivel lazy boy chair. And the spirit just doesn't sit in it; just says, "Sorry, we don't, ever get guests.
Bachelor apartment, I get it.
Sort of.
Fair enough.
We?
Well, first questions first. Where are you? This is the vault.
The vault.
Of what?
And the spirit, if it could smile, somehow you know that it is like smirking. It's like, them.
People?
Are these? Is the vault holding their memories?
Yep.
Are these the founders of Portland?
No. Nah. These are just people.
Friends?
Strangers. All of them.
Chosen at random or because they share something in common?
Saved. All of them.
Who decided to save these memories, these people?
Saved
Whose vault
from
is this?
fire?
They did.
They?
The Phoenix.
Ah. Okay.
These are
Why?
the people the Phoenix saved.
Mm-hmm. From fire.
Because that's how Phoenix works.
Interesting.
Is the
More.
Phoenix's vault then?
The more they save, the longer they live.
When's the last time they were here?
It's been a while.
Huh.
Why are you here?
Funny thing when you mix magic and this kind of thing. I just kind of came into being.
You're their memories, aren't you?
I am memory. But mostly theirs. But now you're here, and now I'm yours.
Yep.
Interesting.
Cool.
So,
This is great.
Probably
Okay.
not, Cole.
I
Probably
no,
not.
Yeah. I'm
And-
sorry. Sarcasm?
You didn't. None of you introduced yourselves to this thing, and it called Cole by name without beating an eye, like batting an eye. So
Yeah.
you get the sense that
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It does memory just fine, not sarcasm apparently. All right.
sarcasm is delusion. I don't do well with delusion.
Oh man, we're not gonna get along.
What should we call you?
I don't know. Never really got a name.
The
We can
Phoenix
give you
didn't
one.
call you anything?
No.
Well, we can call him John.
That's the Phoenix's name.
No. He's got a big long name.
yeah, I was gonna say that's just the
Well-
name he currently goes by, or they
Well,
go
no.
by.
Not even. I mean, that was one of their names.
Right,
I don't,
exactly.
I don't know what they're called now.
Have you come across a name you liked before?
Memories?
Is there a name of one of the memories that you've liked?
They kind of they seem very caught off guard by that question. And they like look around the room at just like the dizzying amount of portraits. I like them all, but they're all me. So
Well. We should
Should we
find a
call-
name for you.
Could we call you Memory
if you want,
or Memo? Might be a good way of.
Or
I'm
Ree.
offering up options.
Or Ree. Ree's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
if
of
that's
cute.
if that makes it easier for you.
Yeah, I think so. It's much easier to have a conversation with somebody when they have a name.
I would.
Okay.
This is actually my first conversation.
Well,
Interesting.
Did the Phoenix not talk to you?
Is it
No.
really?
The Phoenix just sometimes wanted to see the memories of the people he saved.
I kind of feel like this is the second conversation we've had, but
Well, it hasn't stopped, so technically it's still my first. And they kind of like get a little snooty at you, and like you get the sense that maybe they have started to adopt some of the characteristics of all y'all.
great.
Oh no.
Oh, this is bad.
Because before they were just dead memories, and now y'all are live people. That's new.
So all of the people on this wall are
For now.
And none of us have trauma in our past. That's still very much being worked through.
No. Or like
Oh.
secrets or
All of the people on the wall, yes, are dead currently.
but they were saved.
Yep.
They,
They only add the photos once the person dies.
That's interesting.
a long time after the saving.
Did they leave any belongings or anything here that might give an indication of where they went when they left the last time?
And the spirit kind of like returns and looks over, and sometimes they go that way, and they point at what looks like an archway or a doorway.
And where does the archway go?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Are you
Yeah.
stuck here, Ree?
Of course.
Do you get lonely?
How can you get lonely with all of these people?
I suppose.
I am hundreds.
They're a hive mind. Kind of.
No. I am
Accumulation.
a choir.
Yeah.
That's a lot of lifetimes to keep busy. I'm going to try the... Is there a door in the archway, or is it just an archway?
Just open space.
Can we see anything out in the open space?
Well, I meant like the archway itself is just open. So you go into it and it leads to another room.
Which is what I'm going to do, if anybody's stopping me.
Yeah, I'll go with.
Yeah.
There is no lights this path. And in fact, the candlelight comes through the archway, and so you can see vaguely, but you see that this room kind of opens up into what would be essentially a small-ish kind of kitchenette-like thing with a little gas-powered stove and some plates and some cabinetry that looks like if someone wanted to stay here long-term could make a meal. It doesn't appear to have been used for a very long time, as far as you can tell. And it doesn't look like there are any light switches anywhere either.
Can I just summon some light, like a little handful of fire or something?
Absolutely. As per the Dresden Files, I just do this thing. So how does Harmony summon? What does Harmony's light spell look like?
Well, for this, I'm gonna go very classic Harry Potter. I'll pull out my wand and just light the end of it.
Perfect. And so you do, and you actually now can see that the stonework is slightly different. Where the stonework in the, for lack of a better, the vault and the kind of entryway was much more hard cut, probably some kind of granitic-y, very speckly, sparkly, sprinkly, beautiful worked stone. In here, it looks very much rougher, almost starting to look like someone just carved a cave out of the ground rather than stacked stones together to make a thing. It looks like this was not done with the same care or determination as the previous room you were just in.
Hmm.
You also see now that there's like a little hallway that goes further in that extends inwards, and there is no light down there, and the only reason you can see it now is because you've essentially shined a light, and like what looked like in shadow was the rounding edge of a wall opens up into a further cave.
I want to point toward that with the wand and go,
We can keep going. It's just
yeah, do
kitchen.
you want to find out where that goes? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess. I also have like. I can't imagine. Never mind. That actually doesn't make sense. Never mind.
And if you try to pull out a flashlight, it would go.
Well, I was also thinking of like a one of those older lighters, like the flip up lighters.
The Zippos.
Yeah.
You can have one.
Okay.
And so, interesting. Do you
I was gonna say I don't think it would work.
do you flip the Zippo and light a flame?
Sure, I try.
It works.
To the coast. We'll have some laughs.
And in fact, as you flick on the Zippo, the flame pours out of your Zippo and into the wall and into these weird glyphs that light up down the corridor. And you see now, all of a sudden, there are lights.
Oh shit!
That worked.
That was pretty cool.
Magic.
Yeah, Nikki, that's the closest you've ever come. Like, you just did magic a little bit. Like, you're just like, cool. I mean, what? I meant to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
And you go down this tunnel, eventually coming to another room. It looks like this is where the tunnel ends into a burrow-like circular room. There is more ruins just coating the outside of this room, and the floor and the ceiling and the walls. And just kind of sitting there in the middle of the room is a mattress.
Any of these runes look familiar to you, Harmony?
Let me take a look. Am I able to get anything out of the runes? I know I have my sort of translation matrix style thing, and I've done a lot of reading.
So if you want to take some time and, throw some thaumaturgy up to use your translation thing, we can do that.
Yes, I will break out. You just see, like, Harmony start getting out a kit of, like, a bunch of materials.
Okay, so while Harmony is doing thaumaturgy, what is everyone else doing?
I would say Percy never went with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Percy never left the room with the pictures.
Okay.
And I don't know if you notice it like until you get into the room with the mattress, but he hasn't stopped. He didn't really talk much in that room, and he hasn't stopped looking at these pictures.
Oh, by the way, Manny's with you guys all. By the way, you guys stepped in the never never, so Manny's here.
Okay.
Yeah. Never.
Unless you
Is he?
told Manny to stay on the other side. If you did not give Manny explicit instructions, don't come with us. Manny 100% came with you.
Okay, so I was going to say Manny does what Manny wants, so you're answering that question.
Yeah, Manny came. He's like, you're not going by yourself. And he's holding your hand.
No, he's not.
No?
No, he's not.
Okay. He tries and you say no. Okay. What about everybody else?
Cass would have slowly followed, but like out of the picture room, but has kind of stayed within the second room while they're looking down the glyph hallway. Like just
Okay.
trying to poke around, see if there's anything here that I can discern about who, because you said there's like a kitchenette and stuff like that, and see if I can discern anything about whoever has ever occupied this space.
I would have left Harmony to do her thing and also walked back to investigate the kitchen further.
Yeah. Well, I'm headed kind of back towards memory as well, and I'll just out loud it's like, this is not an apartment. This is a bolt hole. This is in case of emergency. I've lived like this, and you don't do it just on any long term. You do it when you're on the run or hiding.
What about you, Andy?
Andy will be in the room with the bed and is looking around for any other like signs of life or anything. Does the bed look like it's been at all recently used by anyone? That sort of thing.
Not really. But I mean, it looks like it's been used in the sense that like it has been used, but not recently. It doesn't look like there's
really terrible idea.
Cool. You should definitely do that really
Yeah.
terrible idea. I know it is.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
The worse it is, the more you should do it.
So Nikki and Kasara, one of you or both of you can roll investigation. One of you could aid the other person, however you want to do it.
I only have a 1 in investigation.
I got a 3.
Okay, how about I aid Nikki in this one?
Okay, so Kasara will be giving you a +1, Nikki.
Awesome.
There we
okay.
go.
Okay, So that's a 2 blanks and 2 pluses. So that's a 5 plus 1 is a 6.
Nice.
There, see?
Superb.
Alright. Way better than me, Tron.
Nice.
So you take a moment and kind of go through the kitchenette area. You find various like off-brand pastas. You find a water jug that looks to actually be quite full, but it's sealed, so you get the sense that it's full because it's sealed. You're not sure how long it's been here, but it's here. You get other various canned goods that could last essentially through the apocalypse kind of like vibe. As Cole mentioned, this looks like a bolt hole. It looks like this whatever is here is not stocked constantly, right? He doesn't go to the store. They don't go to the store on Fridays and Mondays to make sure they have constant set of fresh food in here. This is the food you put into
Emergency rooms.
your bunker, so that it doesn't go bad. Beans,
Pasta.
exactly. Anything that you would also bring to like a food drive because it doesn't spoil, so that it can stay on a food shelf for a while. Same kind of thing. You also find with that roll a duffel bag with clothes.
Can we start pulling out the clothes and like looking at
I was gonna say, hey
Oh,
Andy.
pants? Like see if there's anything.
Absolutely.
Pockets.
I was also gonna say like, hey Andy, we found some garments, maybe thaumaturgy. I don't.
You're doing that. Cass is like hands in there already. Though.
Hey,
You're
is,
trying to inform him, and I'm just trying to pull it all out.
I might could do some puka thaumaturgy and say, is there a wallet in there?
Oh, that's where Cass is going to.
So while
I think I know where he is.
Yeah, while you guys are puka thaumaturgy, I would like to read his driver's license, please.
I cast learn address.
Percy, what are you doing in the memory room?
He's lost. Like he's just kind of walking down and looking at a picture, soaking it in, looking down at another picture, soaking it in, and I don't think he's going to move unless someone comes to get him at this point.
Okay. Ree just kind of watches you. They don't seem to be bothered by anything you're doing or really feel like violated or anything like that. They're just like, and
Yeah, he's being respectful too.
yeah, and you get the sense that Ree is, as evidenced by the fact that they said that this is their first conversation that they've ever really had, that they don't talk a lot anyways, so like not talking to you is fine. And maybe out of the corner of your eye, you get the sense that like Manny is hovering in a supportive manner, but like giving you space. They like it when you can see them and like almost touch you, so they acknowledge that you would rather not be touched right now, and they're fine with that, but they're kind of just making sure you're okay.
Mhm.
And Ree is just happy to be in the room because that's what Ree does. So, back to thaumaturgy team. We'll get to Andy's bad idea in a sec.
I know what it is.
So, Harmony, you fire up your thaumaturgy, and at this point, it's almost like a thaumaturgy rote for you. So it's not. I see you now. I see you. It's not hard to do, and this is not a language that you have ever encountered before.
Fun.
But your translation matrix is pretty powerful. However, I am going to need you to roll me a discipline roll
Okay.
just to see how powerful it is.
All right. Hang on. Fantasy Grounds is being angry.
Dang.
Superbly powerful.
This is superbly powerful. So, yeah, look,
Fantastic even.
+2 on the roll, total of 6.
the matrix starts decoding, and it doesn't it's not like, in the like movies where it's like the numbers spinning down until it has a sentence. It kind of translates chunks of things in your eyes, and you can get a sense of what's happening. It's a very strange, and you've gotten used to it at this point. It's fine. But like if someone was able to see what you were seeing outside of your body, like looking at you, it translates, and your mind is able to like arrange it how it's supposed to be, how you naturally would read a sentence. And you see all of these words, and they detail an elaborate containment spell that centers around fire.
Interesting.
Sure.
Is it so? In looking at it, is it with what happened when Nikki like turned on the lighter? Did the fire from her lighter just get sucked into the spell, or is its purpose lighting, or was that just a neat side effect?
That's just a neat side effect.
Okay.
I mean, you've got some fire to experiment with, I imagine.
Yeah, you could theoretically try to throw a rope. Now, you will take stress if you do that. I mean, you could thaumaturgically throw an evocation type attack just to test, but
That's my dog. He's unhappy.
He thinks it's a bad idea, too.
Yeah, he thinks it's a terrible idea. I mean, can I just do it sort of on the same level of like what Nikki did, like something?
You summon a little ball of
Yeah.
fire. The spell pulls it apart and pulls the fire into the wall.
And I think Andy's still in the room, so you would be able to see me do that, Andy.
And yeah, you would 100% see that.
Well, I'm also probably in the midst of doing a thing. So.
Hopefully, then not looking at me.
I mean,
It's so exciting.
So, do I have an idea of the power of this spell? Like, is it capable of containing what I could throw at it?
If you spend more time decoding, you might be able to get a sense of that.
Okay.
So that would essentially mean another discipline roll, as you're basically continuing to decipher.
I'll let it continue deciphering, and in the meantime, I'll just say aloud, it's a containment spell, Andy. It draws in all the fire.
So before you do the bad idea, which I am 100% on board with.
I see that fight footage right
Say, just like casually.
Waving that thing around.
I have this no roll on my eyes aspect here.
I have to just keep it in my hand just so I remember about it. That's not what I was going to say. Andy, this whole time, when you walked through the door, the vision thing was different, but meeting Reed, seeing the portraits, and walking down this hallway, and it suddenly being lit, and it was like you knew you were going to find a mattress at the end of this hallway. You knew that kitchenette was there. You knew those portraits were going to be on that wall. You are having the strangest and most powerful version of deja vu you have ever had in your entire life. In fact, it's so bad that you bend down to test your day. Like, this is like the point, and when you're starting, like, you start like trying to predict what's going to happen next because you're like, I need to get out of this. Or you just like close your eyes and count to 5 so the deja vu stops.
Yeah.
You reach down and grab the mattress and pull it aside. You're like, I'm going to prove myself wrong. And sitting underneath the mattress in a little hole covered by a metal like cover with more runes inscribed on it is something sitting there underneath the mattress. And you knew it was there.
Something you'd like to tell us, Andy?
I don't. I have been here before.
Oh, cool, you found some.
Something.
What?
Sarah gives you a look while she's holding up whatever clothes she's finding in the duffel bag with her.
I-
Because I still been going through them.
Don't know. I knew I've been checking off boxes in my head since we got here, and sort of predicting, knew the fire would get eaten by the wall, knew there was a flame containment spell in here, knew that this would be here. He gestures that. Knew Ree was here. The pictures on the wall.
Do you remember how you know
no.
this is here?
It feels like deja vu really badly, and even me explaining this to you feels like deja vu still, which is not helping.
Next?
It's starting. That is actually anything else around it. It's more the place. The place
Okay.
feels. The place feels like you should be here, and you were right to come here.
I haven't been here with you, but
Huh.
you talking helps. But this
Okay.
something is, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know what you
Well,
found then?
Yeah, what did you find?
What did I find?
You reach down and you touch the metal plate, and it's hot to the touch. You can't actually. You don't burn yourself. You do one of those oh, that is a glass of hot liquid. I don't want to touch that right now. I have to find the handle, and there doesn't appear to be a handle.
Something is. You said there's another circle of runes right around this.
The runes that encompass the whole room stretch across this thing as completing the rune net.
So
writing.
with what Harmony said, does it seem clear that it's all funneling the heat right here to this
Would you like
spot?
to test the wall and see if other places on the
Sure,
wall?
yeah. I'll feel around to see if it's directing.
You reach out for the wall to go to touch the wall, and you're ooh, that's hot still too. So you get the sense that these runes being lit are essentially conducting heat right now.
Okay. All of these channel heat, from the fire that you just threw and the lighter and maybe the phoenix. I don't know, but
they weren't alight when we arrived, so
So it
No,
must burn
but-
out eventually.
I was gonna say I close my lighter if it's still lit up. At all.
I assume after the place lit up, you clicked your lighter off,
Okay,
and you weren't just continuing trying to light a fire.
right.
Can I try?
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Cass is gonna put down whatever clothing she's picked up and try to go. Oh, no, actually, she's gonna keep it just in case she needs it as an oven mitt. She's gonna go try to touch the thing.
And it's hot.
Cool. Can I try touching it with whatever shirt I've grabbed?
Yeah, wrap a shirt around your hand.
If you
Yeah.
wrap a mitt, it's like a shitty oven mitt, but you can
Yep.
maybe get it to work.
Is it a box or is it a lid?
It is a manhole cover style,
Mm.
and it's heavy.
Okay, sure. What do you want me to do here, Adam?
Roll an athletics.
Okay.
I don't know any super really strong
I
people.
know. We're gonna try without it. We have to tap into it though.
where's Percy?
I think he stayed back in.
Yeah, back in another room.
Where's the person that can get us out of here?
Right. That's gonna be a grand total of 3, so it's a good.
Okay. You don't pull a hernia or anything like that, but you have to that's heavier. It's kind of where a friend hands you a box and you think it's a box full of towels and it's a box full of books. And you're like, oh God, I was not expecting books.
Well, I guess if she can get the lid up a little bit, I'll put the rebar in the.
And I will say, for the purposes of this, yes, you basically lift up real fast. Cole, you jam the rebar redneck sword in.
Hope the person didn't like this shirt.
And you pop the lid out. And as the lid comes out, the room goes dark. Except, Harmony, you have your ward. You have your wand. And the wand is the only source of illumination.
Can I brighten it a little bit so that we are making up for lost illumination?
Sure.
Oh shit! Did we break something?
That's what
I
I
think you
started
just
to
turned it
wonder.
off.
I
The
was gonna
spell,
say, yeah.
the ward thing.
Huh.
We can turn it back on though,
Spell.
right? I mean, I don't want to screw up
I
somebody's
don't
house.
know what it did.
I
for
don't.
Well, I was in the
so-
process of figuring that out.
We'll get there.
Great.
I was
Uh,
gonna take a look at.
Yeah,
Things.
what's underneath there, Andy?
Well, that's not what I meant, but I feel like I should probably know what's literally down there before I go metaphorically looking at
Yeah,
things.
let's take a look before we do anything else, since we've got it
Wait,
open.
we should stick together though. You said Percy's in the other room.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
somebody should
I'll
go grab him.
go in the other room
I
then.
don't think he cared about the kitchenette.
Hey, Percy.
There's no response at first.
Andy will glance at Manny and then reach out to tap Percy on the shoulder unless he has stopped from doing so.
No. And you do, and it's just, yeah.
Hey, are you okay?
They're all memories.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
If you think about it, we all have a wall like that in us, kind of. We're all memories. Our
And that's-
memories of other people.
But they stop being at that point. And they become memories. And he looks directly at Mandy.
Yes and no. They're not the same way, but Andy will gesture over at Reed. They're still here. They're just-
As you gesture at Ree, you actually notice that Ree has stepped up next to Percy and kind of does that oh, what are we looking at? As Percy, you're looking at Manny. And Manny's kind of giving you a forlorn smile, kind of that sad smile that people give when they know it's kind of a shitty topic, but still love you, so we're still in it together, kind of. And Ree's like, "What are we looking at?"
Can you not see the third person in this room?
Oh yeah, him. But you said there were another memory around here. I just see me.
I think Percy at that point turns, looks. It's not in the eyes because that
But it's
doesn't quite work.
Yeah, there's
But,
there's just this weird, brightly
Yeah.
just amorphous no face, and just words come out, which is maybe a little disconcerting.
If you had lips, and my fiance wasn't back there, I would kiss you.
I know what that is. That's okay. Well,
You know what me kissing is.
it's true. Statistically speaking, you're a better kisser than 45% of the people in this room.
He shoots a look at Manny and goes, "See, told you."
Hang on.
So you're saying there's a chance?
The chance of what?
He's
I don't
not.
think you should kiss the spirit, Percy.
Which one?
Ah,
He's not a memory.
No. Well, I mean, he has memories. I can sense them.
I'm gonna come visit you as often as you want. I will bring you people so you get more memories.
Percy, I'm
You
not
are my favorite.
Sure, that's a good idea. Not because Ree's not pleasant company, just we have a lot to learn still.
We could,
But I have a question.
sure.
Why? And he's pointing. It's pointing at Manny.
Mhm.
What's Atlantis?
Shit.
I think that's where your Phoenix is,
Oh, I really hope not.
because you said
Oh.
it hadn't happened yet, and Atlantis is outside of time.
Oh no, I only know the things about the Phoenix when they come back. So they haven't come back, so it hasn't happened.
Ah, good. Well, wait a minute. What do you mean? Why are you looking at him when you're asking about what Atlantis? I thought that's where your Phoenix was. Spins, turns at Manny.
And he
what's
goes
it?
like,
Well, if you remember when we got here, Percy, Reed sort of can read our memories. Could have gotten it for many of us.
He did that to you as well?
yeah,
Yes.
none of you actually admitted
about
out
it, yeah,
loud
so-
that should happen to all of you.
Yeah, wait, that happened to you
Andy's
as
just
well?
assuming at this point that had to
I
have
thought that
happened
was
to
me
all of
because
us.
I'm the one that opened it. Oh, Manny, did it happen to you?
Man, he kind of gets this weird look in his face. I don't remember.
Yeah, see, this is dangerous. Remember when we talked about
Yep.
Manny?
Okay. Yep. We're gonna move on. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna come back with people for you so you could have more memories and have a good time.
Do I still remember the thing the event that I was at when I came in with, like, if I kind of search my memory, do I still remember like going to the fair and riding the Ferris wheel and all that?
Yep.
Hey, Ree, if you want to look at memories, you can look at mine. I have a lot.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Would you?
You worry a lot.
Yes. Would you? I just admitted that out loud to
Constantly.
a spirit.
Two spirits.
Would
Kasara would say that's progress.
Thank
This
you.
is great.
Would
We're all in the
you
room. Don't even have to be
do us
there.
a favor and maybe not read Manny's? He really needs them.
Oh, okay. I guess, but too late?
Sort of look between Manny and Percy, like,
Don't.
And Manny does not look any different.
Right. I don't think he's what we thought he was.
I'm not sure what it is. I just want to be careful.
I am the epitome of careful, and I think Percy's gonna take Manny's hand again and walk out of the room.
And then you hear he says, "That's not true."
Hey, Ree, we found a thing in the room over there. But you don't go in there, do you? Do you just hang out in here?
Mhm.
Okay, so you don't know
I
what.
can't leave this room.
Can't leave this room.
Correct.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute.
I'll be here.
You got jokes now. He just
You're welcome.
Andy goes back, shows Percy and Manny where the manhole thing is.
And it's still open. And Harmony, hang on. The four of you, while this all was going on, what were the four of you doing?
Oh yeah, we were totally peeking in that
Going down.
manhole.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. We're all down on our hands and knees.
Okay, actually, I have probably pulled, because I don't know what clothes I've been pulling out of this, but I've probably taken one of the things, like a shirt. I'm assuming there's like a shirt in that thing, in the duffel bag, tied it up into a knot, and dropped it into the manhole.
So even before you do that, you look in and you see a couple things. It's not very deep.
Okay, cool.
There is what looks to be one of those little containers that you open and like put cards into. It kind of looks like that kind of thing sitting in the bottom. It looks like there is a small metal ceramic fireproof case down there, like a little safe. And it looks like there is a strange runic dagger.
Oh, I'm going for that dagger first.
I grabbed the safe out for Cole to investigate.
I look at the thing with the cards.
Okay. So we'll start in reverse order of everybody that just said those things. So Kasara, it just opens. It's not
Yep.
locked.
Okay.
and it looks like it has, instead of like A through C, D through E, like the alphabet, it has names. One of them is John Calvin Stevens, and then there's another one that says John Henry, and then another one that says.
Are they like organizational tabs?
Mhm.
So can I start looking into those? Do I find like driver's licenses and stuff? Is what I'm half expecting. Yeah, that's what I
Yes.
thought. So it's the IDs for all of the past names.
And you see a few that are contemporary to one another.
Okay.
So like there was overlap, and so maybe sometimes they just decided to be a different person.
Okay. I'm having fun going through this. I'm just looking at this.
Cole, you notice that it's closed, but there's not a like, because those safes you usually have to put some kind of lock on them. It's just closed.
Well, cool.
All right. Can I open it?
Pops open. And you find something in there that looks vaguely like this, except 100 of them, like stacked, or not 100, but like 13 or whatever,
A
like
lot.
all in a row, like basically in a row.
Anything on the spines?
Nope. But giving your discerning thiefy eyes, you can tell like they age from one end to like basically oldest to newest based on just how they've broken down over time.
Great. Did we just step into the opening credits of 7? Not sure I want to read these journals.
I grabbed the newest one and just like,
Boy, hang on. This is somebody's private life.
I understand that. That's why I'm not going for the oldest one.
Makes you feel any better? I'm a professional.
And we're also trying to, save them.
Find this.
I'm
Yes.
a professional of sorts too, but damn, reading some guy's diary.
If it saves his life,
I look
Alright.
specifically at the last page that was written. It was written in.
You flip and you see entries for, they're not daily by any means, because you like as you're flipping through you can get a gist of like how often someone writes in this thing. It's not daily, but the last entry was June 2012 and it is currently September 2015.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
When was like between the? What was the last two entries? The like dates in between those two.
One was, so that June one, and then the last one before that was December.
Okay, so there's still like there's a pretty solid break in between, quite a few months between each. Okay, but still, that's years.
Sure.
But if you start kind of going backwards a little bit, you don't, very, very, very cursory look, you don't find a similar 2-year gap. Like just going back like the first, like as far, like flipping, you just see like the years kind of just go back linearly. They don't go back like skip like that.
Sure, but about how many years are in each journal? Maybe he's got the more contemporary one on him. Seems like he comes back here to stash him in the box when he's filled them up.
Is this one filled or is it?
It's nearing the end, but it's not by any means finished.
That's what I thought.
Mm.
And then last, the dagger. You've never seen the like, Harmony. This is made out of a material that you are not familiar with.
okay.
But it is very beautiful. And it reminds you of the runes that are encircling the whole cavern.
And with my, if my translation matrix is still running, can I get a sense of what the runes are for?
So, based on the fact that you kept going with your translation matrix, you can ascertain that this spell, this ward, is designed to absorb a massive amount of concussive and fire energy.
Huh.
And the dagger is tied to it?
Based on what you're seeing, it looks like maybe the dagger is what helped draw the runes
Interesting.
into the rock.
Oh boy, are the runes written in blood?
Nope.
Carved in
If
the
you
rock.
if you shine the light on the rock, you can't see the runes.
Interesting. So the runes only light up when there's actual
Need to be
fire in
absorbed.
them.
Yes, it's like Lord of the Rings. You ever seen that one?
Yes, I've seen that.
Andy?
One, Cole.
Andy's not in here.
And it's about that time, like as if Cole summons him, that Andy, Percy, and Manny walk in.
We found some stuff.
Oh, hey, Percy.
Hey, hey.
Oh,
that.
looks like it.
Did you see this?
No.
Ransacking the place was not my idea, for the record. Yeah, I know you'd think it would
You're
be.
You
holding
didn't
a
exactly
safe.
stop us, Cole.
It's not
Yeah.
a safe. It's a
She's
strong.
holding it.
It's a
That's a dagger?
it's a
Yeah,
fireproof
it's-
box to protect his diaries, which I'm not reading.
His
This-
diary. What
I
name
kind
was
of
he
want
using?
to read those.
I don't know.
This has something to do with the
That's
containment spell, Andy. It's
A dagger?
yeah.
Was this some sort of sacrifice?
No, I don't think it's sacrificial. The spell. Well, we are dealing with the phoenix. All I can tell is that the runes in here. This was probably used to draw them, and the spell itself is built to contain a pretty high-powered blast of fire. I could theoretically test the upper bounds of that, but I don't think it would be a safe thing to do.
I was wondering about the spell, and if
I got a theory.
my thought was, I mean, I have no idea, but my thought was that maybe the phoenix sort of novas
That was my
And
thought as
this-
well.
the spell eats it, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes, that was also my thought.
So
Cass has probably snuck over to if Nikki's been holding onto the journal.
Oh
is-
yeah, if you're wanting. Yep.
Oh yeah. I probably if you either have it open to that, in which case she will read over your shoulder and start to actually read it, or if it's closed, she will take it and she'll like flip to it and start to read it.
I hand it to you. 'Cause Yep.
Did
I
out
guess
of
can you do
character
empathy at a distance? To
an out of character question? Did you mention that it was a ward at all?
Not since you've been in the room, I
Okay.
don't think. I think I just said it was meant to absorb. The only thing you've heard is that it was meant to absorb a really high-powered blast of fire.
Yeah.
I have a theory about that. I'm kind of basing it on my folks, but you guys can tell me whether it works for y'all. So, the Phoenix saves people from fires. He kind of points back to the other room. Maybe they do that by absorbing it until they can't hold anymore,
And then come in
and
here
they have to
release
have
it.
some place to go to get rid of it.
That would
That
make
was sort of
sense.
what I was
Yeah.
thinking too. That
Makes sense.
I'm
they-
gonna be starting
And if
to
they
read.
don't get rid of it in time,
something bad happens.
well, it's got to go somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Could go back out.
So
Cass is
I
reading
wonder how bad the clock is right now. And
Yeah, that could
can
be.
I see that box of IDs? Maybe we can.
Cass has the journal open and kind of like gestures to wherever she's left it because it's probably to the side at this point. She is more interested in the journal.
Yep.
Give Cass that tea.
So
God.
you,
Sitting in the
There-
corner.
as you flip through, you start to get a feel for some of the entries. But let's roll a scholarship roll
Oh God.
to see just how fast you can read. This isn't like if you fail the roll, you can't read the
Yeah,
journal.
no.
It's just like how
I-
fast are you able to read this journal?
I'd like to aid because I would be reading over her shoulder.
Sure. We'll give you a
Cool.
+1.
Excellent. Good. That gives me then a 2.
Okay. So you're not speed reading, but you're doing okay.
Doing fair.
You're doing the college skim. So
Yeah.
not great, but fair. You're definitely maybe missing some of the finer details, but you're getting the gist.
Mm-hmm.
And what you discover as you flip back is one thing pops out is he or they, because sometimes you get the sense that they are as gender fluid as you can be because they can choose who they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Their outward appearance is based on what they want rather than what they're born with. They just can change when they feel they want to change. Because when you're reading the entries, you get the sense of like they're talking about themselves different ways as you go further back. And even in this one journal, And you kind of got that gist when you were seeing the IDs, because there were some IDs near to the more contemporary, like overlapping expiration dates, but there were multiple IDs for the same set of time. So this Phoenix is being multiple people at once currently, and has stopped just being one person for a good amount of time. The other thing you note is that they are writing entries very religiously on major celestial events. So the solstice, the equinox, the solstice. And going back through time, you also see, you wouldn't know this right away, but we'll say for the sake of whatever, you get the sense that they also write on full and new moons.
Okay.
Because you start getting like a 30-day-ish like
Lunar
weird
cycles are-
oscillation. It's like 27 days, but it starts like doing quick math in your head. You're like, it's like almost at least every 30 days they're writing in their journal.
Yeah.
But now they haven't written in 2 years.
In 2 years. There hasn't been an entry in 2 years.
What is the last entry?
Last entry is just about the solstice in summer, the summer solstice. I'm not sure if they're correct, but it doesn't hurt to try. It might even be fun to see someplace new.
I say those last bits out loud to the group, whether or not they wanted to know this.
Well, that's freaking vague.
Well, who is they? Can we go back further in the journal?
They're not wrong, but
so with the 2, you eventually find an entry. I've used several different versions of myself, and from what I can tell, they are a White Court vampire. This much is true, but they seem like they want something else from me. I'm not sure if I can trust Annabelle.
Well, shit.
But I've been around for a very long time, and sometimes you have to take a risk.
All right, so
That answers that question.
I smell a boss fight.
guess we're gonna have to deal with Annabelle.
Oh, fun. That's what I was
Great.
looking forward to.
That
So,
went really well for you last time, right?
On that note, since it's 9:30 and everyone's despairing about Annabelle, why don't we go ahead and take a quick bio break?
of course.
Get some more drinks, get some more cozy blankets to wrap our feels in, and we will be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. Welcome back to the shenanigans. As we left our immaculate heroes, they were learning some truths that were not so great, that Annabelle has been mucking about in more ways than one in their lives. So, what are y'all doing?
I feel like step one is go home, like out of the Never Never.
Yeah, I feel like
Yes.
step one is find Phoenix.
Well, yeah. Y'all can, like, do the
Yeah.
sniffer dog, the locator thing with a personal belonging, right? Do a little bloodhound stuff.
Would the clothes here work? I mean,
How about that
if they
dagger?
belong to them?
I bet that dagger's real personal, like.
could be.
Well, I was kind of
Journeys.
hoping there'd be blood on the dagger. That would be better.
Yeah.
Would it? I don't know how
Yes.
Phoenixes work.
Yes, it would. It's like part of the person versus just something that they own.
Right. But do Phoenixes have blood?
No idea. Wasn't sure.
Right.
I don't know.
So maybe this is the best we're going to get? I don't know.
Maybe. There might be hair or something on the clothing, too. I don't know. We can try it.
I'm gonna investigate the pillow for hair.
I would imagine they'd be careful, but you should
Well,
definitely try.
And I don't know
How
if
many
hair's going to work either if they change their appearance constantly.
Also,
Or-
how often are they?
Or if they come back here and incinerate everything that isn't under that little metal thing, and
Well, you do know that the mattress is not incinerated, so
fair.
I guess I assume there was a pillow.
there is a pillow-like object. It's not really a pillow; it's more of like a camp pillow, but it works. And there's some follicles of hair
Hey, would this work?
or strands of hair. That's the word I was looking for.
That would be better.
Should, yeah.
Holding it out. Here you go.
Cool, then we don't have to take any of their stuff.
What? Who are you? What have you done with Cole?
Where's Cole?
They're, you know what? Stealing from people, like their cars and shit's one thing, but you know, this is like
Cars,
nuclear
the
level
ex-
fire, and
I'm sorry,
you know,
cars, the expensive things are one thing, but just clothes that exist here, that's definitely off limits.
I didn't say off limits, but unless it's necessary,
The cars are necessary?
nobody needs a car. You can walk if you have to.
Cole, when this
Insurance
is all said and done, I think we actually do need to set you up with an appointment.
Just look.
Ignoring the girlfriend ghosting issues, which I have not forgotten, we get through this.
He's
I
not a
think-
ghost.
No, however.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'll just go ahead and pull us out. Or can you do it here?
Can we say just bye to Ree first?
If we do it here and the Phoenix is not here, it will not be very helpful.
Ah, okay. Should I get a backup hair? Picks up another hair. I want to take a backup hair.
Okay.
Plastic bag.
It's not okay.
Sealed for freshness.
Percy doesn't know how this works.
Fair enough.
It's not evident. Okay.
I mean, it is.
I mean, sure. We don't need to worry about it being like contaminated.
Yeah, we could go say goodbye.
Or do we?
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, is the warden going to give us trouble if there's not a chain of anyway?
Yeah, let's go say goodbye to
They'd
Reed
have
and
to
go
know.
back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, if we just kind of go through the room, won't we remember everything we've done in the last few minutes?
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
You're not sure how that works.
I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I suppose if we come back, we'll find out.
You go into the room, and Ree looks up at you all and gives a vague wave.
Yep, we're
We're
gonna
heading
go.
out, but it was so good to meet you, Ree. Would we be okay to come back here sometime?
I guess.
Okay.
We'll come back.
Okay.
Definitely interesting to speak to all of you and learn more about the history of Portland.
There's a lot.
There is. Thank you, though. You've been wonderful.
Before I open the door, I have one more question for you. The thing you did, where you brought me to the aquarium, was that intentional, or was that a byproduct? Did you mean to do that?
They don't have a face, but you see like Ree's like head tilt to the side. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thought as much. Hey, I'll see you later then. All right, opening the door
Wait.
now.
What do you mean? Percy,
Stop.
what do you mean? Did
you
something happen before we got through here?
Yeah, I thought because I opened the way that I had some, trippy never vision fey thing. Sorry, Cole, no offense. But
We all
apparently
had the
we all did.
thought.
Yeah, I mean,
All?
I had a sort of a thing.
Kazara, did you?
Huh.
I had something. It was.
Do you not, Nikki?
I guess I didn't.
Yeah, I think. I wonder. Mine seemed to mostly be my subconscious, just doing the things my subconscious does. So I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Ree, were you talking to us before when we first got here? When you were looking at our memories?
Nope.
Okay, great.
If that
That's-
wasn't you, then
That's not
disconcerting.
disconcerting at all.
Yeah.
Is it the same voice
Ree's voice is the same.
as the one that was in the memory?
No.
Ah, okay.
Well, in the memory, it was
It was the person.
it was
person
the it
who
was the
remembered.
person
Oh, okay,
it was
so it
the
was the
person who was
actual-
talking to you was in their voice.
Mm.
Ree, do
Yes.
you know if this area is guarded by anything?
Nope.
I mean, I bet there was a ward till a minute ago.
Well, we know
Well, we
there's a
replaced
ward
it.
down below, but I meant more so in terms of entry and exit.
Not that I know of. I think the Phoenix just counted on, well, according to them, they just counted on the fact that no one would poke around a gravestone.
That was their first mistake.
Yeah, well, we proved that wrong.
I mean, I don't know if it's their
300
first mistake. We didn't read all their journals, but
300 years, it hasn't gone wrong until now, so.
we're exceptionally screwed up.
I'm gonna
Comforting.
swing back. I'll bring some new memories, and we're gonna try some things. All right. Catch you later. Foomp.
Okay.
Door open. All right. Out.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Ree.
Bye, Ree.
You.
Sorry about the mess.
So, Nikki,
Uh-huh.
you jumped through first. You stumble into the woods.
I look around for everybody else. Shit. I'm guessing these are familiar woods.
They look vaguely familiar. They look like they should be more familiar than they are. And a disembodied voice calls out from the forest, one you don't actually recognize. How can you call yourself a wolf when you have no pack?
There are plenty of wolves who don't have packs. And I have created my own pack.
But how can you be a leader when you lie to yourself?
I'm not lying to myself. I'm being who I am. I'm being the truest self that I can be.
And have you told no lies then? You have been completely honest with everyone.
As much as I can.
As much as you can. And is that all you can do? Is that all you should do, Nicole?
At the moment, this is what is needed. And I think it's fair to allow the others to ask their own questions.
A leader can be wise. A leader can seek counsel. But a leader has to lead.
Who says I'm the leader?
Your blood. You can't lie to yourself anymore, Nicole. You are not a rebel without a cause. You are the future of Portland.
I don't disagree with you.
Make sure your heart and your mind are in agreement. Knowing you are a leader and believing you are a leader are very different.
You're not wrong. I know I am not a leader yet, and that's why I am seeking counsel from other leaders and learning from them.
Be sure you are ready when the hard choices come.
I'm sure I will be, whoever you are.
You are more than your blood, Nicole. Make sure you remember that. The rest of you come out of the Phoenix's den perfectly fine.
That's a matter for debate. Sure.
You look around and you don't see Nikki.
Nikki was
Something
Percy?
go
before us.
wrong.
Nikki?
Oh.
Nikki?
Hey,
What?
Harmony, look at that thing over there that we should go walk to so that Kasara can text Nikki.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that thing. Takes 10 steps away.
Yeah.
I mean,
Watches
if
you
you
two
know you're
go,
doing it, you
pulls
don't
out.
have to. No, all right.
And let them do
Just-
what they want to
just-
do. I think they
I
can have their
mean-
fun.
Maybe not towards the car.
Are we back in the
And-
graveyard? Just to be clear.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, you're on top of his grave.
Yeah. We'll get off that.
That seems rude.
Oh, meanwhile, there's Cass who kind of like leans against the tombstone, half sitting on it that little bit, as she like pulls out her phone and starts texting.
I'm gonna pop open the way real quick. Just be like, hey, is Nikki in here? All right, thanks.
Thank you for checking.
Hey, Nikki, where did you end up? How did we get separated? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Do I receive the text?
Nope.
Shit.
Unless you want to bet you got no
Question mark,
bars.
question mark, question mark is another text message.
Nope.
I obviously.
Did she answer?
No. stay over there for a little while. Maybe it's taking her a minute.
That's the never for you. I mean,
She got intercepted somehow.
Wait, that can happen?
Spiders.
well, kind of lucky that we all wound up back in one space.
I'm sorry, what? Nobody
Yeah, ways are very
warned me?
dangerous, actually.
Yeah, ways are incredibly dangerous.
Wait, what?
And I'm sorry, you're telling
Yeah.
me this now after we've done, I think, I don't actually know, but
I mean, we've just stopped a war between the summer and winter. You didn't think this Fey crap was dangerous?
Also, I have been quietly terrified every single time Percy has opened it, so I just figured I would keep it to myself this time.
I mean, you live
Sure,
in a
but
state
Andy,
of
you're
constant
quietly terrified all the time.
that is
They do have a point.
hurtful, but not inaccurate, I suppose.
No, that's fair. No, I mean, in the best way possible, somebody's got to worry when. Because I'm not doing it.
Somebody has to look out for you.
Nikki, at that time, you stumble out of the woods and you appear in front of everybody.
Huh.
Mm.
Well,
answer your damn texts.
hi.
And at that time, you get a boop, 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 boop.
I like show my phone because it, it shows the lot. I'm like, I just got them.
I don't know if there's something weird going on or if cell service is just bad.
So all of
Hard to
you,
say.
as Nikki appears, feel a strange pain on your forearm. Well, not forearm, your bicep area.
You know?
Do I also feel this, or
Uh-huh.
It's like, dude, what
I
does
will
mine
feel
say?
it.
Is there a brand?
There is not a brand, but it is the start of a tattoo.
Cool.
What does it look like?
Yeah.
Right, the start of a tattoo? Like it's starting to form?
Like one arm of a Triskelion.
oh shit?
Yep.
Okay.
Does
Great.
Annie have one?
Yes.
Weird.
Well, guess we're all going.
Well, cool.
Huh.
Saved us like $400 right there.
Nikki, if you look, yours is doubly complete. You have two arms of a Triskelion. Everyone else only has one.
Huh.
Well, shit.
Well, what happened to you?
Yeah, wait a minute. Why is your tattoo better?
I mean,
Not
it
better,
depends on
it's
who
just
you
more
go to,
done.
really. I mean, if you know somebody.
Yes, Cole, we know a mystical entity or thing that is tattooing all of us simultaneously.
But perhaps
Well, I
this
mean,
is some
maybe-
sort of key. Maybe
The
someone Nikki
Triskelion
has
is a-
two of the keys
The
instead of just...
Triskelion is a key, if you
But we have
remember
pieces of the key.
something.
But Nikki somehow has two pieces of it.
How am I supposed to know how this shit works?
I mean, I'm
Wizards?
assuming-
The only thing I know about it is it's related to us getting to Dragonland.
Don't look at
Oh,
me. I
yeah,
wasn't
we're
even
going to
there when you talked about
Dragonland.
this.
Huh?
I don't know. This, like, I guess
That's
I just got
really all I know.
teleported further than you guys. I don't know. That was weird.
What was weird? We
I
just
was-
left. then
I was in the
came here.
forest, and someone talked to me. I have no idea who it was.
Nah,
That
okay.
you could ask
That's-
a lot of
Okay,
like
that sounds
existential
kind of
familiar.
questions.
Yeah.
Was it asking
Somebody-
why you aren't dead?
No,
Existential questions.
yeah, I suppose.
Mm.
That's- Huh.
Yeah, so probably whatever got
He wants
us on
me
the
to
way
leave.
in.
When did you leave?
Lead.
Oh,
Oh, I mean,
Huh? I mean, you kind of already do.
That's funny.
I mean, we're standing in front of the grave that you found.
But that's not leading. That's
really?
me doing research and saying,
I'd
No,
follow you.
you decided to find this person, and you did. More or
you've
less.
taken the lead on this.
Speaking of
Anyway.
finding,
Yeah, I could.
Yes.
yeah. we better
We should
stay on
go
track.
back to the
Mhm.
to-
Yes.
our place.
Do we have time? I mean,
Or can you just do
I don't-
the spell here? I mean, can we just?
I don't have anything here to make a circle with,
Fine.
really.
I can get us back to Andy's house pretty quick.
I mean,
Okay.
Y'all care about red lights?
only insofar as they protect my life, Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in my car. I got you.
All right, just don't leave me wrapped around a tree. That's all I ask.
Well, you can sit in the back, then you can be second.
No.
If anybody
reassuring.
doesn't mind, I'll take shotgun, I suppose.
Go right ahead.
I don't. We should just go.
Let's get going.
Yeah. And if you want, the shotgun's in the trunk.
So you guys
I
jump
wasn't
in,
mean the actual shotgun, Cole.
I know.
Yes.
jump in Cole's car and off to the races.
Yeah.
All right, you
Not the
guys.
actual races, though.
Yes, you guys fly through the city in a relatively unsafe manner, and manage to make it back to Andy's without much problem.
Hey, and I don't have to take my wards down and put them back up again because you all have a key.
Besides the actual keys to your door, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
hey, I'm
yeah.
through the wards and it's still locked. Hang on, give me a
Didn't-
sec.
I didn't give you all a literal key to my place.
That's
I
okay.
thought you didn't, but I
Just checking. Yep. Nope. So you guys bring down the wards in the sense of like you bypass them through the keys, and in you go. Easy breezy.
How do you want to do this, Andy?
Guess I can try to. I mean, we're right here by my stuff. I'll try to see if I can track him down. I
Okay.
don't know what all I need to roll. So
So what are you using to try and track this phoenix down with?
I guess a piece of hair.
Okay. So let's check Anderson's thing. Your work pretty good. Do you have any? What are your thaumaturgy? Do you have any thaumaturgy essentially refinements? No, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Divination.
Divination.
Control. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So that means you can get 6.
And I will help if it is possible to help.
It is. So I will say for this, go ahead and roll a discipline roll.
Oof. I will spend my
So before you spend fate
Oh,
points,
okay.
because thaumaturgy is slightly different than.
oh right.
Remember that thaumaturgy this is essentially a time thing now, so it just takes you
Right.
more time to fill up the track, and so you can roll another discipline roll, and it will essentially be it'll take longer.
Okay.
So instead of a few moments, this is going to maybe take like 15 minutes. So.
It's better. It's a 5 with my help.
Yep. So about 15 minutes later, Andy, you have set up the circle. You thought you had all the ingredients. You basically went to go to that circle, and you're like, oh, God. And you had to run upstairs and find something because you forgot. And then you run
Sure.
back down. And then you essentially power the circle, and you try to lock on this hair follicle, this hair length, and nothing pings.
Shit.
Doesn't seem to be connected to anything.
What's
Well,
wrong.
Did it not work?
no.
Shit.
I had a bad feeling about this anyway.
What else can we do?
We can try something. Did we bring any of the clothes, the dagger,
have
or
his
the journal, or
clothes.
anything?
I would say we probably have his clothes. I don't know about the dagger or journal. I don't think we would have brought the journals unless Cass
Yeah,
took it.
I probably would have left the dagger.
I don't know.
behind. Well, if we thought we were going to need it for thaumaturgy, I would have brought the dagger.
So you have the dagger and you have the clothes, and Cass definitely has at least one of those journals.
Yeah. Cass is probably reading on the way back.
Why don't we try a journal first? I mean, that's more personal, recording memories.
That's a good point.
Sure.
So we'll have you roll this time. You're set up now. You take a few minutes and you channel the energies, and this time your spell does connect.
There we go.
It points in two directions.
Shit.
Well, is it particularly strong in a certain direction, or is it just completely split? I'm asking Andy, who will ask you.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember. Let's see, so it's like pointed like this. Like you feel a tug, like this, like a forked tug, away from your place, towards the south, west, and then the northwest.
Is it pointing toward lighthouses?
You don't actually think so.
Okay, well, that's a good sign. Still on this side, hopefully.
Well, if
Oh.
it's two directions and we can't determine which one,
I don't
choose-
think we should split up.
No, wait, there wouldn't be a real way for you to track the other end to where it goes. We just have to pick a way and go.
So let's pick
Exactly.
away, see where it goes, and if it's nothing, then we go the other way.
Sure.
Are either of the... Because we did a journal, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Are either of the directions pointing to a graveyard?
You know that Evergreen Cemetery is in the northwest, away from Andy's place.
I recommend southwest,
Sure.
That makes sense.
So,
based on,
I
I
suppose.
think... I don't know how your magic works, but if he was someone writing the journal and that someone is buried, and then he became someone else and wrote the journal,
Or if it's just pointing toward the rest of the journals, since it's one of a set.
perhaps.
So,
go to
Could
the
be
other
either
one.
of those things.
So go the other way then.
So, sure, let's go away from the cemetery then and see where that takes us.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds like fun.
So you drive towards the southwest, taking turns as your wizards call, like, left, right, left. And you're like, oh, God, this is the worst. Like, why can't we just get a GPS thaumaturgy spell?
man,
That sounds right up Harmony's alley.
And
500
eventually,
feet.
eventually the tugging and the, nope, you went too far, go back. You come to
cut
a stop.
across traffic.
You cut down a one way real fast, and then everyone screams at you, and you just you ignore them. You come downtown to a very modern looking building, skyscraper, one you've all seen before. It's very similar and interesting logo
Of course.
of Yara International.
Oh,
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Huh.
Excellent.
So, problem. Turns to
Oh,
look at Kasara.
Oh, you don't know. I've wanted to do this.
Well,
Wait, what happened?
Well, we're gonna have to break into Yara.
Yeah.
No,
Clearly.
I'm talking about what.
did I not
Well,
tell you about the time where I definitely blasted Annabelle across the room, and now I think Yara might be after me?
she did this
feel
in
like I
sushi
would.
books.
I feel like I would remember this, but I think you just told me that you met with Annabelle and didn't tell me details. So that's impressive.
That's right.
It was on
Yeah.
a ported neutral ground.
That's why
Yeah.
they're after. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I did not technically do anything, though. If you think about it, I
just unfortunately wielded a necklace that did something. I did not intentionally do anything, though.
That's not gonna matter.
That doesn't
you
matter
know
in
that, and we
court.
know that, but all the other eyewitnesses in the diner.
It's not gonna matter A, just because of the eyewitnesses, and it's not gonna matter B, because if we're being led here by the spell, there's a non-zero chance Yara is in league with Annabelle.
Well, we already thought
Well,
that.
Or
So,
some
I mean,
amount of Yara is.
And
We
I
were
think
already-
we're going to get in trouble with them anyway because we're about to break in.
it's,
Wait,
maybe we can just
We-
get in
we
there,
are,
get
right?
destroy also simultaneously any evidence that I violated any accords, and then I'm also good.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Well,
2 birds, 1 stone. 2
Maybe.
phoenixes, 1 stone.
Hey, yeah, anytime we get near a computer, you guys feel free to
Fry
get
'em
real
up.
mad at me.
well, Yara is they're smart elves. Can they use technology?
Yes.
Huh.
it's not the same type of magic.
Cool.
Huh.
Interesting.
I mean, think of the fairy queens can use technology.
Yes.
Do either one of you
The
need
summer
to,
lady
like,
probably has a cell phone.
I got a cell phone.
Well, sorry. What were you saying, Percy?
do either one of you need to like tell someone you're about to do this? Because I'm
If I
pretty
did, it
sure-
would not matter.
Okay. I feel as if there's a 1% chance that we walk out of there without anyone knowing we did it.
Well, see,
And
Portland isn't an entity in the Unseelie Accords, and so long as neither Harmony nor I break any of the laws of magic, the White Council is going to at most be annoyed, maybe, about what happens.
And as long as we don't violate the accords as in our roles as representatives of the White Council,
The Unseelie Court won't care either.
yeah.
who signed
There's
to
a lot
have
of
Yara,
red tape.
Who signed to have Yara do the defense in Portland? Out of character question. Wasn't that everyone?
You guys don't actually know.
Okay, so then Percy's going to ask that in character. But I thought that you all signed to have Yara do security here. If the White Council's not on that, then
Yara has been here
on what
since
authority do they have?
their own, I suppose.
I-
Yara's
yeah.
been here since I've been here.
Oh,
They've been around.
I thought they were the
forever.
police.
Not, I
They're
mean,
just Blackwater.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, have you met the police?
sort
I
of,
mean-
yes, they are sort of Blackwater.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Are we
we should
just
disguise
walking
Kasara
in?
a bit.
Hang on. I think I can do that. Let me see if I can glamour her up. 1 sec.
I have a thing for that.
Me too.
Well, just point of order, glamour may
Well, I
not
mean,
be the best option dealing
Yeah.
with smart elves.
They might
I'm
be able to
thinking
see
like
through it.
makeup.
An actual, just physical disguise.
Correct.
A wig.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, does everybody happen to be?
Do you have anything along those lines, Cole?
Baseball cap, camo jacket.
That'll do. I mean,
Tuck your hair up.
yeah.
Try to
What
walk
about-
differently.
I mean,
Oh,
put
And
enough
she'll
put enough
take
axle
off her
grease in your
glasses
hair.
and
It'd
put
be
them
nice and
aside,
black.
actually, too.
Dude,
Takes off glasses, pulls up hair, starts
are we
hiding
going
it.
in the front door?
I
Why
mean,
don't you just wear a ski mask?
I wasn't planning. Well,
that gives away the
I-
intent.
Feel like that's giving the wrong impression.
We're not going in
to
hostile, at
see
least to
us.
start. I'm not kicking the door in and burning the building down, at least not yet.
I have a feeling that 2 wizards, a vampire, a werewolf, a ghostman, and a fae walking into their building will give away that we have intent.
it's a complicated joke.
Quite
It really
an
is.
interesting start. Yes, a joke.
Also, not necessarily. Consider who Yara serves in this community. We're all members of it.
Who
We
does
could-
Yara serve in this community? That's what I was
Us.
asking.
In a way,
Really?
us.
Theoretically, it's a public trust, but
It sounds like they serve themselves or whoever can pay them the
But
most.
Well,
the point is,
sure,
they
but-
won't outright attack us just for showing up at their building unless we
Right.
cause trouble first.
They won't know that we won't be there to file some kind of grievance or something. People do that all the time.
I'd like to be on
We-
team go in the back door.
We
I
can
think
certainly
I
go
probably
in
should be as well.
multiple ways if we need to.
Are you sure we should really
Splitting
split
up?
up?
That's back to splitting the
No,
party.
I am not. I'm just putting out there that walking in the front door, while probably not a great idea, wouldn't get us thrown out or decapitated
I think I
or
can.
shot.
I think
Going
I
in the
can
back
pull
way,
some
though.
of their security away.
Maybe. Sneaking around the back does have the added danger of, if we're found, that is absolutely going to draw suspicion, whereas if we go in the front door,
I
won't
think
have
we should go
attention.
in the front door and try to lose any prying eyes.
You can be
Or-
the distraction.
I can be the distraction.
If
Oh,
they're
that
truly
sounds like
looking
a
for
bad
you, I don't...
Yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable I am with that.
If they're after me, though, they'll want me, and
They-
therefore they'll be focused on me.
That's
Yeah.
actually what I'm relying on as well. When I go in
Ah.
and make a tip about where you are.
I would really rather have our white vampire with us for the
Correct.
conflict with a white vampire.
If I tell them
Okay.
that they're on the other side of town,
Ah,
they will be looking anywhere but their own building for you.
That works.
well, except
So,
for the
are you
ones
saying
that
you
are
should
still
go in
there.
first?
You want
I
to
can't
call
make
them
them
now.
all go away, but I can,
We can,
That's not necessarily a bad idea.
yeah,
Hey, you,
it-
you
Yeah.
call them.
leading them on a
Tell them
wild
she's
goose
on the other
chase.
side of town, and then half of them be gone when we break in.
You can
Right.
send them on a chase. by
Or
all
some
means.
number of them. Even a
Even getting some of them out is
acquisition
good.
team or something, yeah, is
Yeah.
better than...
okay.
That's not a bad idea at all, yeah.
Then before we do this, I need you to do me a favor. I have an idea, but it requires me to go to Sushi Books.
Wait, you have a favor. You have like a legitimate favor, right?
Oh, yeah, you do. Unless you're hanging on to that for something else.
That might be useful to us. I know they're not, because wait, today's a solstice, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so they're...
Not as strong,
Yeah,
as far as I understand.
yeah.
About even.
Oh,
It
then.
won't... The full shift won't have happened all the way until after the solstice is over.
It will.
My
It's,
favorite
it's the equinox,
question.
not the solstice, right?
I
Or,
thought.
yeah, equinox.
I
Yep.
believe my favorite
Equinox is
was a
when it
question,
changes
though,
over here.
Yeah.
not actual physical
say-
aid.
Did you ask for a question, or
They specifically said it was a question, and it couldn't be a question that put them at risk.
well, then that doesn't really help as much, does it?
Well, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, if the question is, would you do me this favor?
And they say yes, but you need to have another favor because now you've
course.
used your favor
I
asking
was
that
gonna say, might
question.
also just say
Yeah.
no, but yeah.
I don't see a way to use my favor in a way that will assist. And we are
What are
about
you
to go to
trying to-
Dragonland, which I have questions about.
So, what did you want from Sushi Books then?
I have a contact there, one that you all can't see. And I'd like
Okay.
them to mess some things up at a specific time. And then I'm
Alright.
going to make a tip that Kasara is back at Sushi Books messing things up.
Excellent. Well,
Well,
that works.
while you're doing that,
Nice shot.
I need to. All right. All right. If there is a scratch on her, I'm gonna offer them, just put the keys out there so you can go to Sushi Books, but not a scratch.
Percy does not have drive. Percy is not taking this car.
Well,
Well,
You can drive a car. Not having skills in drive means you can't like weave in and out of traffic like a crazy person.
I think Percy actually, because he's lived in cities his whole life,
Doesn't have a driver's license.
does not have a driver's license. Like, he knows
Fair
how to drive, but it's at that point where he's like, yeah, if this was like a beater, I would take it, but I'm not going to take your treasured car. I'll
Call a
grab
cab.
I'll grab a bus if I need to. It's fine. I'll be back.
God,
Okay.
that'll take so long. All right.
So
well, that gives
while
us time
Percy
to plan.
skips town, what are the rest of you doing?
I suppose we could at least start planning maybe our approach.
Yeah, why don't you guys do that? I'm gonna go walk around the block.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Cole,
That's a good
it
idea.
might be good for you to
I'll be
case it.
back.
Case it. Yeah.
I'll be back. Hang on.
So hang on.
I got a great result on the burglary
Yeah,
to
I saw.
case the joint.
If you all could not get noticed while I'm on a bus, that'd be great.
I can only do so much.
Sorry, what is the name of our crew? I believe it starts with a D.
Actually, I'd have to raise my. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know.
One does what one does.
Oh wow, they rolled like crap. Okay.
Good.
Yep.
So your casing of the place goes moderately. It is one of those buildings. It's like when people remake McDonald's or Walmarts to like blend into the modern like so it doesn't look like a McDonald's or it doesn't look like a Walmart. This is essentially a fortress that was designed to look like a skyscraper and not like a fortress.
Mhm.
So you are casing and you're like, there is no back door. Like literally you sally around the whole place and there is a front door and that's it.
There a parking garage or anything like that?
Parking garage is a separate building that you have to walk from the garage to the building. Like there is one point of entry into Yara International.
Smart.
For now.
Can't tell on the wall.
Oh god.
Well,
I was gonna turn to like pull Andy off to the side. Andy, this is gonna sound like a dumb idea. Do you think they have that place warded against divination?
I have to imagine that they do to some degree. They wouldn't set up knowing that there were wizards here and not protect themselves against people like us.
That's kind of what I thought too.
Depending on how long they've been here, the druids may have still been around too. And
It's just, it would be really nice to know a little bit more about the floor plan on the inside before we go running in.
I agree.
We're kind of going in blind.
It's just risky because who knows what the countermeasure might be.
Yeah, that was my concern too.
I think it's worth trying. Just there is no good option here. I'd give it a shot, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I will try it, Andy, but you should probably keep an eye on me.
Yeah,
And,
yes.
slap me if things look like they're getting out of hand.
I will.
Are you informing us of what you're doing?
Yeah, well, you definitely know something's
well,
up, because I
yeah.
gotta go find something I can use as a surface for this to actually see. So, like, yeah, I probably would just look at the two of you, because I assume Cole's still casing the joint, and be like, have an idea.
Cole is, if you could see Cole looking more and more concerned as he's casing the joint, but yeah.
Gonna try to see inside the building, at least to try to get an idea of layout.
Okay.
Right?
Could be bad if there are protections, which I assume that there are. So, keep an eye on things on me specifically.
Yeah, we got you.
Of course.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go hunting for something reflective or suitable for this sort of magic. So, like if there's like I could probably use one of the mirrors in the car. That seems like a safer option, actually.
Yeah.
To use like the rear view mirror of the car.
Interesting. Okay.
And so that way I can sort of like with one eye see the building I'm actually trying to look into, and then with the other look at the mirror.
Sure.
Sure, is not a comforting thing.
Sorry,
What
no,
could you
I'm thinking about lots of different things right now. Yeah. Okay. Wow. What an interesting idea. Very good idea. An interesting idea. So. And okay.
I do have a +1 complexity specialization in divination, which I would imagine this counts as divination.
1000%. Okay, so let me look up something. Nope, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Okay. Okay, so for a thaumaturgical spell, because I'm assuming that's what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
I determine the desired spell effect, which then determines the complexity. So essentially, you're trying to look into Yara.
Yes.
That is going to require you to be able to beat an legendary
Woof.
complexity. Because you are trying to pierce through wards.
Yeah, I kind of figured that might be the case.
So, if the complexity is greater than the lore, you have to prepare your spell. And you have to make up the deficit by invoking aspects, making declarations, and or accepting or inflicting consequences on yourself.
Okay.
And then you basically roll a discipline roll.
Okay. So my lore is great. So
Yep.
I have a gap of 4 to make up.
Yep. And now let's see. Do you have a thaumaturgical? What is your refinement for?
My refinement is +1 complexity.
Okay.
So I assume that would help.
So that adds +1 to. So you only have to make up 3.
So I have to make up 3. Okay. And so if I. So remind me again how a declaration works.
So a declaration would be like you notice something about the scene that could help or be to your benefit. Like, I have a mirror from inside of Yara could be a declaration that you make, and that could give you a free tag about the situation.
And the tag is a +1 bonus? +2.
+2.
Okay. And if I tag one of my aspects, is that also a +2?
+2.
Okay. So the good news is I have some fate points stashed.
Lucky you.
Yeah, fortunately I have not been forced to spend them all.
Must be nice.
So I will tag from my aspects. I will tag Child Prodigy to come up with a way to do this sort of on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Because nerdy stuff like this is what I'm good at. And then I will make a declaration, and I will see if you will allow it to stand.
Okay.
That there is a I'm gonna Helm's Deep this. There is a stream or creek or some sort of running water on the property that would negate part of the warding on the building enough for me to sort of sneak by.
I will. What are your special? Do you have water magic specialization?
I do now. I do have water as an evocation specialization, and it is at +1 power, in fact.
Okay, I will allow it for that reason. For they have water nearby for different reasons, but we'll let that ride. So now it's a matter of channeling power, which is the conviction discipline roll. And so you don't suffer mental stress when you do thaumaturgy, but you do have to channel. So roll your discipline roll.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. Yeah.
That's a 3.
Yep.
So you are short 5 power, so that means you're going to have to roll again. It is at this point, however, y'all are being moderately inconspicuous, but not really greatly inconspicuous. Cole, because you're casing the joint and you did not get noticed casing the joint, they are not looking for you. But you notice a figure leave Yara and begin to head towards this posse of people.
I'd like to state I am in the car.
Yep, no, that's fine. But y'all are 5 people or 4 people that are just kind of weirdly outside of Yara.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a standout car. It's not a sneaky car.
So before we figure out what happens there, and technically, Selena, you're muted. Percy.
Yeah.
What are you doing at Sushi Books?
Before Sushi Books.
Yeah.
On a bus.
Yeah.
I would like to text Fix.
Sure.
Hey, you up?
Is Percy an Apple user or a not Apple user?
Percy's bad at technology.
Okay, so he's probably got just a throwaway phone.
Yeah.
So eventually you get text back like, yeah,
Can I call?
sure.
All right. I'm going to call.
And again, audience, we know it's an RPG because someone is calling to speed up a conversation.
Never happens.
Exactly. So you call and you, hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I know where the person who tried to start a war with your people is.
Oh,
Just thought you might want that information.
I mean, whew, you don't swing t-ball. Yeah, okay. Where are they?
I want an additional favor. This
I'm
one's an
so
easy
proud.
one. This one's an easy one. How much control do you have over the Never Never? I want safe passage.
Oh, I mean, I don't have any control over the Never Never. The Queen's Summer has control over the places that Summer controls.
Half safe passage would be acceptable.
Oh, I'm gonna have to talk to Lily about that one. So I'll have to call you back.
Sure thing. I gotta talk to a friend anyway.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bye. And like oddly clicks off and like that weird he's already he's saying bye and the phone's down here as he's walking away trying to get to where he needs to go. All right. That's a thing that might happen.
For my ghost friend,
Yeah.
I'm envisioning an older baker
Okay.
who owned this building before it was Sushi Books.
Okay.
Can you use rapport to do the opposite of rapport?
You want to piss the ghost off?
I guess that'd be provoke, which I do not have.
Yeah, that I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure
There
there's
is an
skill for that.
actual staff, yeah.
Why don't I have higher provoke?
Because you just do it naturally, Cole.
Fair. Okay.
Actually, I don't think I need to provoke. I think I could just pull the emotion. I'm gonna empathy this ghost to bring out all of the negative emotions about his store being replaced with some trendy upstart youngster place. And upset him to the point where he starts doing poltergeist things to sushi books.
Wow. Okay.
Books is having a real rough time.
Yeah, you guys are messing up.
I am never getting good sushi in this town
We're
again.
never gonna get invited back.
My bookstore.
Andy needs a new spot.
Okay, I will let you roll empathy for reasons.
So that is a 2 empathy. But-
you don't think that's going to be enough?
Here's the thing, is
Yeah.
that I've also been at rock bottom. So I know how to pull people all the way down.
Okay. Okay. So that's +4.
That is a 4.
Feels like
Anything-
it's coming full circle. Started off with Percy getting depressed over stuff. Now he's invoking the depression.
Anything else? Any other invocations? You're going to settle with a 4.
4's pretty great.
Yeah, I might need these later. I'm gonna settle with the 4.
Okay. Well, the ghost rolled a wash, so the ghost is sufficiently agitated. This looks a little weird. I don't know if I'm pretty sure this is the first time Percy's ever instigating like full on.
Oh yeah, he's not done this.
Poltergeisty things, and so you see a change come over the ghost, where the ghost is normally like this nice little old man who you've conversed with on occasion. They get this strange, like otherworldly, fairy, almost fiery glow around them, and their facial features contort, and their hair gets like really, really bad, like static electricity. And it's almost like that scene in Ghostbusters, the first one, where they're like trying to get the librarian's attention and she's just like throwing the Dewey Decimal cards everywhere. And then she like turns at them and like yells and her face contorts and everything. Like that's what you're seeing happening to this ghost. And they just start like going to town, like flailing about randomly. And you see when their arm hits things, it doesn't pass through. It actually collides. And you watch this kaleidoscopic almost shimmer happen through their body as it like slams into things and they go flying through the air. And this ghost just goes to town in Sushi Books.
Time to go. I'm gonna get up, walk out, take out my cell phone, realize I don't have the number for Yara.
I would say you would have, by living in Yara
Oh, yeah.
in Portland long enough, you would have gotten the number. That's easy.
I'm gonna call Yara.
This is Yara International Shipping. How may I help you?
Hello, this is Percy Hamilton. I'm a associate of Kasara DeWitt.
Please hold. Where are you?
She's out of control in Sushi Books.
Stay on the line.
Do my best.
Someone will be at your location momentarily.
Fantastic.
The rest of y'all, cut back. This person has been getting closer and closer, and you watch him stop and get like he puts his finger to his ear and kind of like looks back, as if someone is talking into an earpiece, and he frowns in the general direction of whatever that is happening over there. It's like, I should check that out. Like you can see this struggle.
Uh-huh.
Suspicion rising.
Yeah, this is like there's like the little exclamation point over his head. Like you have drawn his attention, and he does this and starts talking for a sec, and then listens. puts his hand down, turns, and walks back into Yara International. And then a few moments later, you notice, Cole, because you've been casing the joint, ripping up out of the ground as if passing through the ground, a black SUV exits a veiled entrance into Yara International.
Yeah,
Hell
of course.
yeah.
And you're going to get a text around that time that just says, I would go now.
Jumping back to Harmony,
Hey.
what are you looking for?
I'd like to get a view of, like, floor plan wise what is in here. So we know it looks like a skyscraper from the outside. Is it actually a skyscraper on the inside? And then just like a quick, like, bird's eye run through of as many rooms as I can get. Just hunting to see if I can get a sense of the direction we need to go.
Okay. You get the sense that the main building is relatively corporate-esque. There is a big lobby that, to a classically trained scholar as yourself, looks like a kill box, where people are ushered into a very rectangular room, and then they are basically surrounded on all sides and above by balconies. It looks very nice. Also very dangerous if you are an enemy entering into their domain.
Sure.
So it is a very functional kill box that looks very professional. As you go up in the building, it looks like just offices. And what you notice, because you have kind of slightly bypassed the words for a moment, is that a lot of the building goes down. That there's a good chunk of Yara International is actually subterranean. And that seems to be there's armories, there are prison cells, there are all kinds of smithy rooms, there's just all kinds of things going on. And there are tons and tons of Svartelves just running around. And you notice the SUV take off and peel away from the building. And it kind of leaves your periphery as soon as it breaks the veil. And it's gone out of your sight.
Okay.
You also notice that there is a room, and I will say 4 reasons your sight is drawn to there. There is a storage closet near middle bottomish of the place of a young man tied up.
Okay.
And something about him is strange.
That'll do. Okay. So after I get enough of that information, I'll sort of shake myself out of it, because concentrating on viewing 2 different things simultaneously is very difficult. Yeah, exactly. And then I'm going to look... I assume I've got a window rolled down or something. I'll lean my head out of the window and say, hey, y'all, come here.
Well, we're actually... I was thinking that we were probably in the car with you in the back seat.
That works too. All right. Okay, I've got good news and bad news. What do you want first?
Bad news.
Bad news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad news
Bad
always
news.
first.
This place is crawling with Svartalves, and I truly do not know how we are going to get deep enough to do what we want to do. So that's the bad news. Even with the ones that Percy has lured away, I don't know that we're going to be able to sneak around. Bad news. Good news. I think I accidentally found the Phoenix.
Okay, well that's amazing.
Several levels down. This building goes down about as much as it goes up, if not more.
Okay.
And it's kind of toward the bottom, middle to bottom, but someone locked up in a room, tied up. Something definitely odd
Okay.
about them.
Well, I know this is gonna sound sucky, but I don't think we should do this now. I think we need to prep.
I
Isn't
don't-
the saying wizards
I don't think we
are
have
best
time.
prepared? Wizards are best when they are prepared, or something like that.
But I don't think we have time, and we're gonna lose our advantage of even having a few of them out. Is there not the ways that you guys use? Is there not a way to open one in there?
Ways
Only
are-
if there's one that goes there.
Yeah. And we don't know where it would go through in the Never Never.
No.
Okay. Well,
It could
Do you
be
know anybody who
extraordinarily
would know?
dangerous. And then on top of that, they might have, I mean, there's a considerable amount of wards on here that I had to find a hole through.
Yeah, they could divert us. It could scatter us all. It could just kill us.
Yeah.
We could be like bugs
feel
against the
like-
windshield.
what are we supposed to do?
Harmony and Andy, I need you to roll lore rolls for me, please.
Okay, cool.
Hold on, God is talking.
I'm having a flash of insight.
3.
4.
Harmony, as Kasara asks, what should we do? You were drawn to that room for a second, and you cut the line because you were worried about being essentially discovered. You feel something all of a sudden, like the hairs on your entire body like stand on end all over, and you get this weird shiver through your spine.
Do I get a sense of what it is?
You're not sure, but something, it wasn't good.
Guys, we're going to have to make a decision real fast because something is terribly wrong. Don't ask me how I know. I just have a really bad feeling.
Wrong.
Nikki.
Just in general.
Yeah.
You hear something.
Is it a familiar sound?
Have you ever heard a multi-tier explosion happen before?
I'd say probably not.
Oh
But now you told me what it was.
As somebody outside near the veiled garage.
So, Cole, I need you to roll me an athletics check.
Wonderful.
Guys, I think something's happening.
Actually, can I just fail this for a fate point?
Sure.
Oh
Okay.
God.
I'm not expecting any. I'm like looking back at the car trying to get them to come on.
So you guys all watch as Cole's like, and you watch as this gout of fire comes ripping up this veiled, and it breaks the veil, and it just catches Cole and tosses him across the street into oncoming traffic.
Oh, fun.
You watch as the building of Yard just goes and starts crumbling on top of itself and just comes down, and the windows of the car you're currently in are blown out.
Damn it.
I don't think it should have done that.
Percy, you hear a horrendous explosion, and you watch as a smoke cloud comes from where you know all of your friends are currently sitting.
Yeah, I imagine the bus that I'm on back like stops, and
Yeah.
people are like freaking out.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
What do you do?
Shaking off glass.
Yes, brushing the glass
Yeah.
off. All right.
I pelt out of the car and haul ass towards where I saw
Yeah.
Cole go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Cole
Going to
first.
Cole.
Cass is gonna start looking at the building, but yeah, sure.
Yep.
She'll try to head towards there and then.
Cass runs towards the building. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I run towards the fire.
You see a bunch of Svart elves out of glamour. Like
Yeah.
many of them are dead. Some of them are like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And you watch as a beam of light like seeps up through the stones and begins to solidify and swirl into a person. And
As we're
Yeah.
running by seeing this, I would stop.
no, you guys
You guys went the opposite way.
You guys are the opposite
Oh,
way.
It's just me.
Yeah, so Kasara, you see this form that is just pure fire. It's a person that is made of fire.
Huh.
And they just shake their head and they look around and as they sigh, like flame comes like out of their mouth and like swirls and starts continuing to like reconstruct their person as they are drawing fire out of this building that has just exploded, which was Yara International. And the Svart elves are ignoring the Phoenix reconstructing themselves as they are trying to like dig the rubble out and save as many people as possible. And the being looks at you as the facial features start to solidify in flesh, and they say, well, that didn't go like I planned.
Well, neither for us, but glad to see you're out.
Give him a business card.
Oh, yeah. Just wait.
I
Do
wonder
you
how
prefer
many.
to go by John?
Whitney, actually. And they hold out their hand.
Kasara DeWitt, and I will just shake their hand.
And you watch as like their hand like solidifies into flesh, and it's warm, like very, very, very warm to the touch, but it's a person. And you watch as they take on a, you'd say mid-30s African American, probably female at this point. Though they're still forming, so you're not really exactly sure what they are. They also realize they're going to be fuck nude because they can't, like, their arm is like forming and it's just arm. It's not actually like
clothed or anything. In which case, Cass starts taking off like the extra camo jacket that she's got, fortunately, and is like, "Here, this will probably make this a little less awkward for you."
Yeah. I'm gonna stand out in a moment.
You are.
More than I already do being on fire.
That's fair. We've been looking for you. I'm sorry I may have had to read your journal.
Oh. That's not very nice.
I know. If it helps you feel any better, I am a therapist. We can talk about it.
I have a spirit for that.
I know, we met them. I may have named them Marie.
Oh. Well, that'll be awkward.
Yeah.
Flipping to Cole. Cole, because you are horrifically tough, you do not suffer a consequence. Because
No. Cole he's not tough. He just recovers really fast.
Oh, that's right. You have recovered. So you currently you have a bad burn, and your body just heals itself because of your recovery.
Yeah,
you guys
I made
walk
a jacket too.
You guys walk up to Cole as his skin is like clearly third-degree burning itself.
That looks handy, Cole. And I'll like put a hand out to try to help him up.
Thank you. Ow.
That's impressive.
What the? We need to get out of the road now.
Well,
yeah. There's the traffic is stopped. Like there's no traffic.
Yeah, let's
go,
get you out.
And you hear sirens of like police and ambulances and firefighters coming.
I guess let's get back to Cass, I suppose. Like,
well,
yeah.
Can I ask one question?
What
the?
Yep, you're just as confused as we are.
Let's turn around. Now that we
you see this being that is mostly skin now that has just been on fire and they reach out and they grab the jacket and she puts on a jacket and she's like, "Thanks."
No problem. You want to get out of here?
I mean, I really don't like talking to cops.
So let's get out of here.
Yeah,
We have a car. Let's go.
Go.
Yeah, we don't need to stick around either.
So as we pull back and the group rallies around Whitney, we see somewhere else. At noon, when the Phoenix erupted and destroyed Yara International, a tiny rip in the fabric of reality happened in a lighthouse miles up the coastline. And one Annabelle walks through into a world not of her own. And that is where season 1 of the Dresden Files will conclude. You found the Phoenix.
Yeah. Impressive. In one episode, I was surprised.
Sure
I offered to
did.
give the Phoenix therapy. We're great.
So on par for you. It's you know.
Yeah, bat 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
My poor car.
It's only the glass. It's only the glass. That's better
know,
than
I know.
everything.
it's actually really hard to replace.
It's not easy. I just it's Cole's reaction. He's like half his clothes are torn out. He's just like, oh man.
So, as our sign out, why don't you go ahead and tell them who you are, where they can find you, if you're in anything coming up, and because it's the season finale, what was your favorite moment of the season, if you can recall just one? So we will start with me to give my players some time to think about what their favorite moment of the season was. I am Adam. You can find me on Twitter at Adam_J_Pearson. I use he, him pronouns. I'm on the Twitterverse, usually talking about something nerdy. Role-playing games, geology, you name it, I'll talk about it. I am usually found here on Variant Roles. We'll see if I continue to be able to run this wonderful show with these wonderful folks. We're waiting to hear about that. Hopefully we will have more information for you after the holidays. I would like to say my favorite moment was playing with these wonderful cast of characters. They literally gave me mountains and mountains of things to use against them, and they willingly pushed the button and jumped through the things and everything. It was great. It was fantastic. So that is my favorite moment of the season. So we will go out in reverse order as we went in. So Harmony/Danielle.
Put me on the spot first. Okay, so I'm Danielle. Hi. You can find me on Twitter at @RyRaconteur. You can catch me here on Variant Roles Wednesday at 7:30 next week for the season 2 finale of Dungeons and Deductibles, my game about fantasy insurance claims adjusters in the great, great city of Waterdeep. They are currently in the midst of having their company being hostilely taken over by a rival insurance company, and are going to have to figure out what they want to do with that now that they've been furloughed and are no longer getting paid. So come find out how that pans out. You can also find me Saturdays at 8 p.m. on at Other Doc's channel where we play Invisible Sun. I will be there tomorrow night. I am playing a similar character. She likes fire a lot, but she's a little bit more gregarious now, going and less bookish. And Invisible Sun is just a wonderful, weird game. So you should come check it out. Favorite moment? Oh dear. God, I have so many. It's hard to pick just one.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Favorite moment just for me personally for Harmony is probably her date with Niccolo, just from the sheer funness of it. But from the standpoint of interactions with the other characters, I think it might be her soul gaze with Percy.
Cool.
Which was a really nice moment for the two of them to understand each other a little bit better.
Yeah.
It's such a cool mechanic.
It really is. Awesome. All right. Continuing on our backwards journey, Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole Trickle. I'm CJ Hunter. I'm Commander Pulsar on Twitch and Twitter. We all use he, him pronouns. I love Fate. I love this system and Dresden Files in it. In addition to Variant Roles here, evilhat.com. Check their stuff out. The folks that published this wonderful game. Jim Butcher's Dresden Files books, so you kind of have an idea to give you a little background if you aren't already there. God, I think favorite Cole moment would be at the racetrack, saving Mel, and but I guess favorite everybody else moment. I think everyone meeting the Queen of Air and Darkness, which is always, sorry to drag y'all into that mess. Not really, but anyway.
Sorry, not sorry.
But yeah, I mean, there's just too many. That's the fun thing. There's just too many moments. Go watch the videos.
Yes, we're on YouTube. All right, continuing our backwards trend. Percy/Nick.
Hello, I am Nick, 2K Nick on Twitter, TWOKNIKK. I also do Roll for Change stuff, help run tech stuff and organize and such nots. And I will be doing a Masks game starting in January. I just finished all the preseason work on that, and it's great. Everything's great. All of my players picked to give me a hard move at any time in the season, so that's great. Favorite moments, I will do what everyone else did and pick a Percy one and then a group one. So for the Percy one, it was just the entire cast's reaction as Percy asked for a favor, including Adam's, which was a mix of like, I don't want to say anger, but it was a mix of like, oh no, and like happiness. For the group, I really liked the running bit about Cole ghosting his Fae girlfriend. And every time that came up, it was funny to me. So that's probably my favorite running moment.
Awesome. Yes, lots of good bits. And I always love it when my players surprise me. True story. Continuing our trek, Kasara/Natalie.
Hi, I've been Kasara. Oh God, all of the business cards I've given out. It's great. Actually, that's one of my favorite bits. But my name is Natalie. You can find me at Chaotic Rogue on Twitter. That's the best place to find me and what I am up to. What else am I up to? I've got Legacy of Eldrin over on Gold Heart Gaming on the 22nd. I think which is our last game for the year. But otherwise, the biggest thing is I work with something called the Mage College. We are a TTRPG third-party content creating group of people, fabulous people, and what we are working on right now is a very ridiculous holiday-themed adventure called Gnome Alone. Yes, based off of what you are thinking of. So that's coming out this holiday season, and I'm so excited for it. It's the stupidest idea I've ever come up with, but also simultaneously the best. Yeah, so feel free to follow Mage College on Twitter, and you'll get more information on it, or just follow me, and I will share more information on it when it is released. Favorite moment for Cass specifically was the moment with Baba Yaga, Mother Winter, and Jake. That entire everything was so cool. It made me very happy as a human. Otherwise, interactions with their characters. My favorite was every time that Cass suggested therapy to one of the other players, especially Cole and Andy, and trying to get them into therapy. Those were my favorite times. And then in addition to, just every reactions from the players every time Cass said something that everybody else was like, no, Cass, no. Cass, no. Cass, yes. That's pretty much it.
Perfect.
Great. Some great moments.
Continuing on our trek through our players, we come to Andy/Zach.
Hi, I'm Andy, or have been Andy. Hopefully will continue to be Andy. Also Zach. You can find me at Sir Gorals on Twitter. This has been the only game I've been on here lately. So for now, you can find me on Twitter. Hopefully, you'll find me here for season 2. And maybe getting into some other stuff also on variant roles in the future. I have something in my eye. I promise I'm not just crying because it's the end of season 1.
But maybe a little bit also that.
But maybe a little bit also that. Favorite moments. think my favorite Andy moment was his talk with the gatekeeper. Just because there was like so much that he learned about like the truth of things and got ideas for all kinds of stuff. That was really awesome. Other characters, this wasn't Andy interacting with all of them, but just getting to see in this episode everyone kind of solidify the threads that they'd all made with each other through the season of saying like, no, this is my family, I am not going to abandon them, was really great, I thought.
Awesome. All right. Last, but certainly not least, Nikki/Selena.
Hi, I have been Nikki. Hopefully continue to be Nikki. I would love a season 2. This game is so much fun. I'm at ABCDFar on Twitter. I am not currently doing anything else, but hopefully season 2 or more, whatever. My favorite Nikki moment was her talking to the forest, I guess is what it was. And I'd say the non-Nikki moment, I really liked the soul gaze between Percy and... Jeez, I'm sorry, I forgot your character's name.
Harmony.
Harmony. Yes, that was probably one of my favorite moments of the season. That was so good and heartfelt and so sweet. That was one of my favorite moments of the season.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, that is us. I hope that we have brought some small amount of joy to your lives while you've watched us do this story. I hope that you will be able to continue to watch the story unfold in later seasons. And as always, don't forget to love each other, stay whimsical, and have a happy holiday from all of us to you. Please stick around while we raid Dice Priority because they are our co-married channel, and we love them over there. So stick around. We'll raid them, but we love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Is it Friday yet?